Hey y'all, most people drink coffee in black and white. It's just bitter, hot, and brown. And that was my coffee every morning, and here's the weird part. The coffee wasn't the problem, the way I tasted it was. It felt like living in a world of gray skies and dust where nothing pops. And after 20 years of roasting and training as a Q grader, I found the shortcut. With one small change to your internal lens, you can finally start tasting in color. And if you've ever thought, I just can't taste what these coffee folk are talking about, I want you to hear me out. You're not broken. You're just looking through a filter nobody ever taught you how to use. Today, I'm stealing one trick from the master of landscape photography, Ansel Adams, the photographer who turned black and white mountains into drama. You see, because color isn't the flavor, color is the folder that your brain puts flavor in. And that's exactly what Ansel Adams was doing with filters. Mr. Adams saw the landscape in color. He wasn't changing the mountain, he was using filters to help separate the colors. That's why the sky became dramatic, clouds took depth, and the mountains became defined. Think of it like this. Remember your granddaddy's mason jars, one jar for nails, another for screws, one for nuts? That's how old-timers sorted hardware, and that's how your brain sorts taste. When you drink coffee, your brain is taking in a mess load of sensory information, smell, taste, texture, body, and filing it into folders so you can make sense of it. Some folks call that associative synesthesia. It's a big word. You don't need it. All it means is this: your brain uses simple labels to organize complex sensations, just like your granddaddy's mason jars. And before we get fancy, let me give you an example. Take a sip of coffee and ask yourself, what shape is it? Keep it honest and let the cup talk. Because once the cup starts talking, you'll notice something. You aren't finding words, you're finding shapes. You take a sip and go, whoa, hold on a minute. This reminds me of a berry. Now take that shape and put a color on it, and you're tasting the fingerprint of color. Not blueberry yet, just berry? Well, vague is fine because vague is the process. Then your brain narrows it. Lighter and brighter, you move toward red. Deeper and jammy, you move toward purple. Fruit not showing up? That's okay, try chocolate or nuts instead. Brown, tan, toasty. Same skill, different door. You didn't start with color, you started with a category your brain already understands, and then you let color show up as the label. That's tasting in color. And there's a reason the specialty coffee flavor wheel is color-coded. If you can't find the word blueberry, your brain shouts out purple first. That's not a mistake, that's the shortcut. Now, you won't always be right. I learned the hard way in Costa Rica. I was up on the side of a mountain at a friend's place. A dry breeze blowing through the coffee farm. And we were tasting a mocha java blend I roasted. I took a sip and said, man, that reminds me of roasted chili anchos. My friend looked at me like I lost my mind and said, nah, that's green banana. Costa Ricans don't have roasted chili anchos sitting around in the kitchen, but they do have green bananas. So machete in hand, we walked outside and he cut down a stalk right off the plant, and you know what? He was right. And I was right, because we weren't arguing about the coffee, we were reaching into different reference libraries. And that's the lesson. Nobody's broken at tasting. You're just naming the cup with the memories you've got, your candies, your garden herbs, your local fruit, your pantry. Tasting isn't a competition, and the goal isn't perfection. The goal is progress, one cup at a time. And in the next video, we'll talk about the sound of color. So y'all take care and remember, what's in your cup matters.